Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to supply the tools for you to manifest anything. Sun goes up and down, so my lighting, I don't have artificial lighting. I look like a shaggy dog today. I'm going to help you today. 5 minutes to sanity. 5 minutes to sanity when you're dealing with other people or other situations. Why 5 minutes? We have 3-second manifesting, which is really more like 1 second if you get good at it. What I want to do today is tackle the stuff that's not so easy to clear out. And so instead of going to a positive thought, I have you sometimes go over to neutral. If I can't get a positive thought about something, let's go into neutral and not have a judgment either way about it. But today I'm going to talk about this conflict that I hear going on between bosses and relatives and all this stuff. I get a lot of that. You guys write me these, 2-page emails. Guys, come on. Put the comments on the channel so everybody can share it and I can respond to it. Don't write a book. You are focusing on that. When I see that, all I see is that you are totally focused on that. All right? So what I want you to understand is that when we have negative feelings, it's always the ego. When you're in an awakened state, the ego pretty much dies. You'll experience things of being human, but you don't react to it anymore. So I'm going to help you today with a little exercise that'll get you past the reaction of the ego, even if you're not in that super awakened state. Because if it kicks in, there's not a darn thing you can do about it, right? If you're feeling that. But this will help you. 5 minutes is all it takes for you to not react to whatever is going on before you respond. Not a minute or two. Wait 5 minutes. Why 5 minutes? Because for every second that goes by, you will have the opportunity to get your blood pressure down, cool off a little bit, and use the 5 minutes to ask yourself what's the highest response that you can give here for yourself. Not to show somebody else or tell them off or write a nasty email. I've seen more people write emails and do stupid stuff or text. If you waited 5 minutes and really thought about it and asked who's responding, is it my ego? Then you can respond in a clearer head and ask yourself if it's worth responding at all. 5 minutes when you're a hothead, in a situation is a really long time. Do not respond to anything that gets your blood boiling. Stop and say, I'm going to in 5 minutes. And what's going to happen, you're actually going to be focused on the 5 minutes. And you're just sort of like, that. What happens is that energy that's at a peak starts to dissolve. You're not focused on that, and you're not, and then the ego's talking and all this stuff. When you sit there with it, you say, okay, I have to wait 5 minutes. Now you're focused on waiting 5 minutes, and you're asking yourself this question, is that when I respond, if I respond at all, who's going to respond? My ego or my higher self? I want you to know something. Whatever that response is, if you respond after 5 minutes, you feel like you still have to, is absolutely determining your reality. I want you to take this very seriously. And that 5 minutes is going to give you a chance to think about this. Is this worth me firing off something nasty on a lower frequency, or having to tell somebody off, or whatever it is, to push my frequency down and affect my entire reality, your entire life? Because every split second that you make a decision puts you on a different reality. That's a little scary, isn't it? So ask yourself, that person said something, do I really need to respond to that at all? Can I walk away from this? Or can I respond in a positive or more constructive manner? Or in a neutral manner? And then ask yourself if that response is going to contribute to your destiny. This is how big it is. You know why? Because this is going on all day long. This stuff's going on all day, all week, over and over and over again. And you keep picking these trajectories, different paths all over the place. You start to do good things, you meditate, and then you go to work and you're ripping off all these comments to somebody and down, 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 and your realities keep shifting back into the lower frequencies and you don't even know it because you justify it. I don't care what they say to you. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Words are powerful, but they cannot hurt you. All right, so I want you to use the 5 minutes when you get in a situation, try it a few times, and see what happens, because I'm going to tell you something. The more intense it is, the more important those 5 minutes is going to be. And you say, okay, at the end of 5 minutes, am I going to respond to a higher destiny or a lower one? Because this little situation that's getting me going, is it worth me at the end of 5 minutes choosing a different trajectory? When I say that, you're pushing yourself off into up here or down here, and you can go down with this planet in the third dimension, because that's all we do. That's all the third dimension beings do. They're just ripping on each other, and oh, I'm justified in saying that. A bunch of egos just, arguing with each other, going into the negative space. That's the ego. Or you're going to use that 5 minutes to start to raise your frequency and become a new person in a new reality in the fourth and fifth dimension. We're in fourth now. What's fourth? Even the third dimension people are experiencing the transformation that's either going to keep them in the third because they're not raising their frequency, or the fourth dimension people are going to make better decisions and they're going to let the relationships go. They're going to let the rotten jobs go. They're going to stop taking the drugs. They're going to stop eating the crap. They're going to stop putting chemicals in their house or giving their kids fast food or doing what we're told, but we know damn well it's not good for us. I want you to start thinking big here, because this determines where you go from here in this lifetime and what planet you'll be on. And don't think that one incident stands alone. It counts. 5 minutes gives you time to cool off. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.